Welcome back everybody to the daily show where we discuss and do technical analysis on big mega cap stocks. So before we get started, please smash that like button, and 100 plus likes on this video would be greatly appreciated, guys. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now if you want to support the channel and get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, live trading, and all kinds of setups, definitely check out their link down below in the description for Patreon. And now let's get right into it, guys. On Nvidia, stock is down 1.84%. So Nvidia down on the day, and guess what? Nasdaq 100 did a lot of chop today. Cannot move higher without Nvidia stock. We saw Apple going up. We saw Microsoft going back up. Meta going up. But Nvidia down on the day, guess what? Nasdaq 100 cannot move higher. So here on Nvidia stock, guys, we also have earnings coming up in just a matter of 2 weeks. So that is going to be a big one to watch, and that's going to be a market moving event right here with earnings from Nvidia stock in 2 weeks. Now, here on my screen, you can see, you can call this a mini bull flag right here on Nvidia stock. Now, if that actually plays out, we can come down a bit more, and this bull flag can still play out all the way up to 938, possibly up to even 960. Now, in the short term, things can pull back a little bit more, possibly down to 874 right here, 50 SMA on this daily time frame, and below that, we got this gap down here at 862, and that is going to be somewhat of a dip buying opportunity before earnings if we get that dip down here to this gap, 862.37. Now to the upside, Nvidia, anything is possible, right? Tomorrow, Nvidia breaks and holds 889 right here. Watch out for a move all the way up to 900, and soon as this thing breaks above 900, the next stop 926, 938, and then 960. On AMD, it's down 0.80%. So AMD, I actually played AMD today down here pretty much near 150, getting some 155 calls and selling out completely at 153, and then this thing came back and now trading at 152.39 on AMD. So going into tomorrow's session, you can see there was a reversal off of this gap right here, 150, went back up but cannot break above right here, 154. Then needs to break right here on AMD, and then you're going to see a quick trip all the way up to 158. Below 154, there will be strong support at 150, 148, and then 143.36. lower Bollinger Band on this daily time frame. Now AMD can go all the way up to 158.35 to close this gap on top and can hold above that level. Then next stop is the 164, and possibly coming up and closing this gap as well right here, 166.55. Netflix going up 0.43%, and I actually took profit on my puts today, guys, near 607. Sold out of my puts yesterday, shorting at 617 and taking profit today at 607 and getting out completely. And why I got out, look at the bounce right here, 605.75, 604. We do have strong support right here, and 50 SMA sitting right here close to 604. So I had to get out, locked in profit, and profit is profit, right? Overnight, a swing trade paying money right at opening, why not, right? So I took profit on Netflix. This thing went back up and now trading at 612, up on the day green. So here on Netflix for tomorrow, guys, 604, your line in the sand. Below that, 588. To the upside, as long as 604 can hold, the next stop will be right up here around 620, and then the big level to break will be 630. You can see multiple rejection at 630. So whenever this thing can actually move up to 630, I'll possibly try to short Netflix again. On Apple stock, it's up 1%. So Apple finally making a move and getting above 183. And now the path is clear, at least above 183. The next stop 185 and possibly up to even 190. Below 183, that is just one day, Apple closing above 183. So tomorrow, we need to stay above 183 on Apple. If not, Apple can come back all the way down to 180 and then 177. So your key level and your line in the sand right here will be 183 for tomorrow, and to the upside 185 to 186 where this upper Bollinger Band is sitting, and then a quick trip all the way up to even 190 possible on Apple. On Google, stock it's up 0.25%, so Google came down but not fully closing this gap right here, 169.90. Again, finding support right here at 170, went back up and now pretty much flat on the day. So watch out for Google to come down and close this gap, and there will be support right here at 170, and below that we also now have support at 167, 164, 162. To the upside, as long as Google can stay above 170 after filling this gap just below 170, 169.90, we could see continuation all the way up to 176 and possibly another fresh new all-time high with that buyback. On Microsoft, it's up 0.43%, so Microsoft going up again, getting down to 5-day moving average right here, which is sitting close to 410, went back up, and now trading just under 413. So Microsoft here, guys, you can see the Bollinger Band on top coming down and the lower one going up. So I think a big move is coming very soon here on Microsoft. And in the short term, watch out if this thing breaks above 413, then the next stop easily can go up to 415 to 420. But below 413, watch out for the support down here. Now strong support, 20-day moving average, 406, and then this gap right down here just below 400. On Meta, it's up 0.60%, so another big rally here on Meta. And you cannot even catch this move to the upside because you can see there are barely any dips. I was actually looking at it today and I was hoping there might be a dip down to like 465, maybe even 462. Well, guess what? It never actually came. 467.63 low for the day, and immediately I think it lasted only like 30-40 seconds maybe, and then this thing took off all the way up to 476. So it's not too far away, only $10 needed to close this gap, and this is gonna be a huge opportunity, especially if you're going for day trade, guys. Tomorrow, if there is a pullback, well, definitely don't go and chase it. If there is a pullback, I would say down to possibly 471 if that holds, but a better buy area right here will be at 466 to 465. If that happens, I don't know if we're going to get that lucky tomorrow on Meta. We get a dip at 465, 466, but these are levels to watch, and this thing most likely will go up and close this gap. So there is a $10 upside, but also you're risking a lot more downside. If this thing cannot close this gap, it's gonna be, a gap up and trap where things will just go up close to the gap and it's gonna trap a lot of bulls, and then you're not going to see this gap getting filled. And guess what? You're going to see a pullback before filling this gap. So this could be a trap also, but I think it's gonna go back up and close this gap for 84.58. But we definitely need an opportunity, to play this move to the upside. I was trying today and this thing never came back. I mean, at least not where I want it. And you want to buy a little bit lower, a little bit cheaper, right? You don't want to go and chase anything. I mean, you can go and chase. It might even go up to 484 right here. You can make money, but knowing that you are chasing, it's not actually a good trade idea. So you want to wait for, a little bit of pullback, and you can see how many days this thing going up green. So of course there will be a day where this thing will be red, and I hope that day is tomorrow where this thing actually pulls back at least $7 to $8, and this could be a nice entry for a move to close this gap on top. Now, for his levels, definitely 470 to 471, strong level of support right here for tomorrow, and below that right down here, and that's gonna be 458 right here, 13 SMA. Now, as long as this thing can stay above 470, definitely the next stop, and the longer this thing actually stays above 470, it's more than likely that this thing will go up and close this gap right here on top, 484.58. On Amazon stock, it's up 0.80%. So Amazon here, guys, I got some explaining to do here on Amazon. So I said it last night in my video that I don't see Amazon crossing and holding above 190. Well, market does not care what I think, right? But these are analysis based on, how I look at things and how I look at, the stock and the market structure. And you can see right here, I mean, you can go up here multiple times and you can see huge rejection today, guys. came back, and where it's trading right now? Below 190, right? So what I said was right. This thing cannot break 190, did not hold 190 into closing. It was getting far too overextended, hitting upper Bollinger Band, and immediately came back. Now also, that does not mean that this is it and I'm gonna go and short this stock right here. That means one thing, right? That it's still getting a rejection right here. So if you're shorting it, you gotta hold. You have to buy time. And if the thing's actually going against you, and if this thing breaks out above 190, also gave you guys that level yesterday that above 190 can go up to 192. And this is exactly what we got. Close to 192, 191.70, another fresh new all-time high on Amazon. But what happened at the end? Analysis that I did yesterday, well, it's still in play. Came back and trading under 190. So that is why you gotta follow price action. You cannot just look at a video and think that, well, this guy is saying this and it's gonna happen tomorrow exactly. That's not the point. These technical analysis are based on how I look at the chart and what the chart is telling me. And it's still telling me that this could be a double top. Unless we break out of this, range right here, 190, and this thing can trade above 190 for at least 2-3 days, and then this thing is going up even more. That is going to be the confirmation of a breakout over 190. Not one day, not this, fake breakout today. Yes, it's up on the day almost 1%, but Amazon did not hold 190. So for tomorrow's session, again, 190 will be a level to watch, and then 192 up to even 196. Until Amazon breaks 190, now there will be support right here at 188, and soon as that gives up, you're going to see a drop down to 185, and once we get under 185, then we can talk about possibly coming down even more on Amazon. And I hope that explains everything on Amazon. On Tesla, stock is down 1.57%. So Tesla, you're line in the sand right here, and the strongest support to watch on any pullback. Right now, just consolidating, only down 1.5%, nothing big. But the moment Tesla takes out 168, this critical level, white line, 20-day moving average, you're going to see a dump all the way down to 152, and then this gap, 147, and this was only a dead cat bounce. Now to the upside, if this is actually a bullish consolidation, then we need to see Tesla filling this gap, 177.40, and possibly holding right here, and then some more consolidation, and then breakout over 183, and that should take Tesla all the way back up to retest 200 again. So watch out, Tesla is going to make a big move very soon, and it could be to the upside. We have no decision here on Tesla. You can see this candle, and now we got another inside candle on Tesla. So this thing just going sideways until we find more things on Tesla, whether this thing actually breaks out to the upside or breaks down to the downside. You cannot make a decision on Tesla whether this thing is going higher or coming down to close this gap all the way down here.